So Stacy, I just got back from the feed mill. Got to put the grain away. Usually get 2,200 pounds in these bins for the finishers. There's 16 beef being finished right now. They get like 18 pounds a day. So we run to the feed mill, get 2,200 pounds at a time. We actually probably get 2,400 pounds. We've got some room. You can see in that container that a couple hundred more pounds could fit in there easily. But they're getting 18 pounds a day. So they're going through basically a ton a week. So get that put away. Also, I need to hook the manure spreader up to the Massey. Get the feeders moved around because their pens need cleaned out. Especially with some snow coming tomorrow. I try to clean it out before we get any real moisture on top of it. So you can see that needs cleaned. And I also need to start the International, the 986 up. Get that out of the way, out of the pole barn down there, because that's going to need to be moved to get the manure spreader out. So I got some jockeying of equipment to do before I can do much of anything. Let that warm up while we go start the 986. To warm up, wait for it to stop smoking, and we'll go get the feed off the truck and put that in the barn now, get that done. Let's talk to our mechanic that we use. He said in a couple weeks he can take the JX75 in. Needs heater hoses replaced. They've been shot for years. They were up in there. You see it split, was leaking, so I just kind of bypassed it, made it so that the cab just doesn't have heat. It still has air conditioning, but it also has a safety switch issue where I actually have to, since last summer, I've been jumping across the starter, which it's a good way to run yourself over if you leave it in gear. So gotta get the switch issue resolved, get the heater hoses run. And actually I want them to take a look at the clutch too. I don't know if it's just an adjustment or if the clutch is on its way out. But we'll get this all fixed up and get ready for haying season. Right now I have the Ken Cove, I think it's a PD100 post pounder on it. Kind of getting some fence and stuff squared away since it's been such a mild winter. We can get some fencing done before spring really even hits. So get this tractor straightened out. We will go get the 986 out of the way and hook up the manure spreader. Might just be one load of manure today. Try to clean the pen out once a week. Every once in a while it'll be like 2 loads. But today should just be 1 load. We'll put it up actually in the fields all the way on the hill up there. I don't know how well you can make it out, but I'm trying to hit those hay fields up there. They could use some help. Put lime on a couple of them this past summer, and then trying to get some manure on them this winter. Still gotta get the doors on this building. Talked to my brother the other day. He said when he gets back from a trip that he'll get the doors on. We'll get that 986 out of our way. Pretty much as I figured. It's one full load. Go get that spread in a couple minutes. It's pretty much cleaned out. Probably wait a little bit, let the air move through here, dry the concrete out, get some of this moisture out of here before I rebed it. Leave these guys out on the pad out here. They're enjoying the sunshine. But these are our finishers. I think there's 16 in here. And they start going to the processor April 10th. Between April and June, I'd say 14 of these guys. There's just a couple that are just going to be too small. Like 2214, that's a feeder that we bought from another farm. Same with a couple of whiteface. There's a farm that we get some of our feeders from if we're short of our own. There's another white face that came from that farm. So we'll buy feeders that we can determine that didn't have any antibiotics or were implanted. We can't just go to a feeder auction and buy them because we can't really verify where they came from, how they've been treated. So these guys will all go out. A couple of smaller ones, they'll probably go May, August. We have a couple of dates in August also. But the rest of them are starting to get pretty close. You can see the brisket starting to fill out down in the front. What do you think? Are you getting close? All right, so we get this manure spread and keep moving. Get back into 986 and use the bale processor to grind up what's left of this bale and shoot it in under the barn to bed the feeders, and we'll be about done for the day. You always have to grind the hay or it wraps on the augers in the manure spreader. As long as the hay's ground up, the side discharge, it works pretty good. But if you've got just long length hay that you're using for bedding, it wraps the augers and it's a nightmare. So we'll jump back into Beast and grind some hay. After being in that Massey and then climbing back into this old International, it's quite like stepping back in time. But it's cheap horsepower. It still purrs pretty good. It's actually warm enough for the air conditioning. So the pen's clean for another week. Delete some of this ground up hay and lay on the rest of it, but it's pretty much once a week it's got to be cleaned out. So the finishers have a nice bed for, we're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches of snow tomorrow. So they'll have a nice cozy bed for a couple days before they start really pooping it up. Supposed to lay on that and not eat it. What do you think? You like it? I'll give the bulls a new couple bales tomorrow. They're good for tonight. They can finish this up. Yeah, guys. And with that, I think I am done for the day. Wrap up a couple things. I have to come back out a little later and give these guys their evening grain. They get grain twice a day. Like I said, they start going out 1 month from tomorrow. The first 4 will go out, and then I think 2 weeks after that, the next 4, and 4 more. Yeah. So it's 4 every 2 weeks, starting April 10th. What do you have to say about that? You look like you're getting ready. All right, with that, everybody have a good night.